What's up, guys? This is Luke here from Team Sweetness, and we're here with Dylan again with his second place. Yeah, again, second place Thunder Dragon deck profile from the Dublin Regionals. This is with the updated ban list. The last video was actually the last.
The weekend before.
Yeah, it was the weekend before the last like event of the format.
Before Savage Strike came out.
But yeah, this is post Savage Strike, and it's the up to date one. So, what were your matchups actually?
Round 1 I played Aiden, Dark Warrior. The updated Dark Warrior, where it's not wrong though, so it was no disrespect, but it was an easy enough matchup. The game 1 I just blew him out. He couldn't deal with the Colossus. Game 2 I think he bricked game 2 and I just beat him. Round 2 I played Mark teammate playing Subterra, and we tested for literally 3 hours the night before, just me and him. So I knew how to beat the deck, and I ended up winning 2-0. So. And then round 3 I played Cormac Adams, Dark Warrior, smashed. Beat him 2-1. He bricked game 3 and I just OTK'd him then. So round 4 I played Kane, playing Spiral. That was a tough enough matchup because I wasn't around when Spiral was a thing. So I was reading the cards, everything like that. But I ended up winning in time. He said he could have won, but he could have attacked directly with a sleeper, but I had Link Creep on the field just to make it 0 anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Round 5 I played Ryan Sheelan, so big shout out to him playing Noble Knights. So he was at the top table playing Noble Knights, and unfortunately it's just a good matchup in my favour because his guy can't be targeted and Titan doesn't target. So round 6 I played Luke Smythe playing Sky Striker, and that was the biggest blowout I've ever had. So I had double Colossus Titan and Dark on the field, and he double Widow anchored me and super polyed it. So that was, I just shook his hand. I was like, fair play. And then the last round I played Jonathan Wars, playing Prank Kids. Game 1 I went first, made the usual board. He made a bar load, and then I made a bar load, took his bar load and scooped it. Game 2 he made a bar load again. I took it, and he activated a Prank Kids card that's like a Regeki. So I blew it up, and then it was just game then. So, but game 3, I made him go first because I know his deck OTKs and burns and gains life, so I needed to do damage. And I think he bricked, being honest. And then I done 7,500 damage, and then that was time. So it was pretty easy enough. So.
Alright, so do you want to go ahead into the profile?
Yep. So the monster lineup hasn't changed that much. So 3 Thunder Dragon, 3 Dark, 3 Hawk, 3 Roar, 3 Matrix, and then the 1 Duo. So this lineup has been this Thunder Dragon lineup will stay the exact same. They're just so consistent, and you always want to see them. And then triple Battery Man, and then the new addition would be Lone Wolf or Aloof Loop Point. So these are your normal summons. You can normal summon a Denko or a Matrix if you really need to, but Battery Man's your best normal summon just because of the token. And this and Roar and this and Hawk and this and Instant Fusion is double Colossus Titan, so he's your best starter card. And then Aloof is more of a going second normal summon if we can get there. So he banishes 1 from hand for cost, and then banishes the same type. So if you have a Roar or Dark in hand, or even just a normal Thunder, you can banish them and then go into your deck, banish the same type. If you banish a Roar or Dark, you special off Roar, and then Dark will add the Fusion or something. So Battery Man is still better go opening first though. And then 1 Denko, basically just because there was a lot of back row decks, and
Dublin Regionals is just crap deck, so
just
usually
all the guys Striker and just people just setting 3 Called Graves and stuff, so this shuts it off. And then,
it's good against the Guru deck as well.
Yeah, the Guru deck is really good because I think I normal summoned the against Mark game 2 where he set 3 and set a monster and passed, and I just summoned that, and then I started popping his back row down. So and it was 2 strikes in it, so I would have been in a lot of trouble. And then 3 Ash, so every deck just plays 3 Ash. And then 3 Thunder Dragon Fusion.
Usually people play 2 now, so I think 3 is the best.
3 is definitely the best because if you, like I said in my previous video, if you draw this, it's perfectly fine. Normally you just search it off Dark, so just Dark will give you an extra search, like for a Matrix or something, or even Original Thunder Dragon. Like if you're going second, you can just banish this and then like add like a Original Thunder Dragon, and then just start popping then. And then if you use Roar to add it back, you can just go, okay, activate this, shuffle back the other 2 Thunder Dragons, and then we have 1 Thunder Dragon in hand, so you use the effect again. So you have like 5 pops on the field with this one card. So I definitely think 3 is correct, especially because I'm playing Desires as well. So you need to see it. And then 3 is the fusion, and 2 Allure. This is probably a debate. Like I could probably play 3 Allure, but I was testing with it, and 2 seemed perfectly fine because you play with Aloof Loop Point. You play 10 Dark Monsters now at 40, so your chances are pretty good. Like so, and then 2 Desires.
How was Desires for you? Do you think?
Yeah, Desires is really good. I never banished stuff like that I needed, or like most of the time I banished it was like 1 of everything, which was really good. So
it's also a good reason to play 3 fusion because you play Desires.
Exactly, yeah. So that's you play 3 of everything, like so. But like it's fine if you like a banish like a Duo or a Denko or something. You know what I mean? Game 1. So most of the time I only played this when I really needed to, or if I needed to like. If I had like double Colossus Titan and I wanted like a hand trap or something, like I'd activate this and dig for it and see what I could find, or dig it for a Matrix or a Dark or something for an extra interruption. So, 1 Monster Reborn. It's just really good for like if you brick, like this can just unbrick a hand so easily, like especially because they all discard for cost. Like 1 Gold Sark.
Rip the 3 Gold Sark. Sad times.
I don't even think you need this now, to be honest with you. Like the deck is still consistent. This is just more of a bonus card.
Yeah,
I think most
it's
of the
extender really.
Yeah, it's just an extra extender. Like it's basically like another Monster Reborn. Like if you think about it. So yeah,
the 2 Aloofs kind of substitute for the Gold Sarks.
Yeah, so when Aloof came out, I wasn't expecting this to get banned, and I kind of knew that Aloof wasn't going to replace this card. Basically because it's a monster and it takes up your normal summon, and you want your normal summon for battery ban. So basically the replacement for Goldsark would have been like Desires or Allure probably more because it banishes, like, and then you just get the draw too. So Allure was a better Goldsark in this deck. So and then 3
Permanent's best.
Shit out to Luke.
So 3 Ash, 3 Impermanence is pretty much staple.
Yeah, like the Impermanence came in handy against Ryan Shielden playing Noble Knights. So I had this set in the middle column, and bad players always play their cards in the middle column. So, no, I'm guessing. So he played in the middle column, and basically I shut off one of his equip spells that gains it 1,000 attack, so he couldn't attack anything. And then next turn I just popped his stuff and then just killed him. So relax you. That's 40 in the main. It was 41 last time, but 40 is just like it's so consistent. So
40 is the best number.
40 is the magic number.
60 is better.
So extra deck.
Yeah.
Triple Colossus. Triple Titan. If you're playing a pure build, there's no reason to not play 3 and 3.
Yeah.
And then Kaminari and Thousand Eyes for instant fusion. 1 Link Rebo, Phoenix, 2 Summoner. Again, this is the correct ratio to play in this. I never ran out of Summoner, and most of the time, if you're making a second one of these, you're gonna kill them. So, and then you play 1 Summon Sork. I have to hard make it without Reproducus because I couldn't find space for him. So. I never made it. It was just there just in case I needed to. But yeah, Saryuja. Saryuja, draw 4 cards, free special summon. I went to make Saryuja. We round 2 against Mark, and he cherries my summoner. So I was like, okay, I'll see if I can get enough monsters on board to make Saryuja. And he cherries my Saryuja, and I was like, alright, okay, what do I do now? And I think I just had to make. I made this guy, so. It was a good enough replacement. And then, that was it. That was enough for that game.
So the side deck then, is it?
Yeah, so I think the side is the same from last time. 3 evenly. 3 mind control. Just.
Were you expecting much mirror matches?
Yeah, I was expecting a good bit of mirror matches. Like the plan for the day was to side for Altergeist, Striker, and Thunder Dragon mirror match because the deck beats everything else. So, I mean, worst comes to worst, I play a matchup I don't really know, and I beat them game one. They want to go first. I'll side in evenly. So, and then side out stuff like Denko if they're not playing back row. So, and then to go with the Mind Controls, Super Poly, which I still never use. So, I'll probably take this out just because it's a one-off. Like I know it's a blow card, but your chances just they're bad enough. So, probably the best side card of the day was Artifact Lancia.
What decks did you use this against?
Dark Warrior.
Oh, right.
So they kind of rely on the Phoenix Blade a lot more, and it's just really good to drop Lancia. Like even when they go main phase and they activate the Phoenix Blade, you can just drop Lancia and then they can't add it back. So that's a big blowout. So 1 Imperial Order and then 2 Twin Twisters, just for Striker. Basically just for Striker.
Yeah.
This could be for like, I think I sided this in against Spoil because he was using like the field spell, stuff like that. I'm not sure what the other spells were, but it was good anyways. And 1 Denko. I'd probably cut this. It's not a big a blowout card as like Imperial Order. Most of the time they can get rid of it, which is sad enough because he's small enough. Like if you're playing like an Altergeist player and they have like Silk, they can just bounce it and then they can just play their traps again. So
Yeah. So do you have any shoutouts?
shout out to Team Sweetness, best team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Card Market,
Yeah.
being a sponsor. That's 2 tops now. So.
Also, shout out to Ink Gaming. Make sure you use Team Sweetness 10 at checkout for a spicy discount.
So new sponsor,
Yeah.
Ink Gaming. Shout out to my girlfriend, Lisa, because she was angry at me. I didn't shout her out last time. So. And shout outs to Gamers World and Bill for hosting another great event.
Alright, thanks very much.
Cheers.
See you guys.